What is something meant for children that you still enjoy as an adult? Swings. I love them.
Nothing like being 40 years old at a public park and kind of feeling like you need to announce, I swear I'm not a creep. I just want to see how high I can go on this thing if I pump my legs really hard.
The last time I was on a swing, I must have been about 55. I took my great-nieces to the playground. Half the people look at you like you are nuts. The other half wish I had the courage to do that.
I just turned 55 last week. I almost dislocated my knee today while sitting down. Not even standing up. Just sat down and was like, what the F was that?
I pulled back muscles when getting up. No twisting or turning, just standing up from the chair.
Cartoons.
I was like 24 the first time that I watched Gravity Falls, and I am so pissed at myself for sleeping on that show when I was a kid.
Well, you're going to be furious for sleeping a bunch of other shows like Owl House, Amphibia, Big City Green, DuckTales, OKKO, Mau Mau, Infinity Train, TMNT 2012, Rise of TMNT, Craig of the Creek, Over the Garden Wall, Dragon Prince, She-Ra, Hilda, Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beast, Milo Murphy, Green Eggs and Ham, Amazing World of Gumball, Chowder, Glitch Tech, Last Kid on Earth, Kid Cosmic, Centaur World, and a bunch more. I'm also 24 and I'm assuming you stopped watching cartoons during the mid-2010s. There's a lot of fun creative shows out there that so many people sleep on. They can't be found on HBO Max, Disney Plus, and Netflix. Even worse if they think modern cartoons aren't as good as they used to be. You just have to search a bit harder and keep an open mind.
SpongeBob, before season 5, for the win.
I'm 26 years old and I still put on original SpongeBob episodes as my comfort show.
It's ironic how I don't get the appeal of the show when I was a kid, but in adulthood, she is my comfort show.
I loved SpongeBob as a kid, but it just hits different as an adult. The idea of having a simple job that you find fulfilling, a best friend that lives nearby, and ample time to F around with said best friend is more of a fantasy than I ever would have thought back when I first saw it.
Playing in the sand at the beach.
The sudden compulsion to dig a big hole.
I mostly see grown men have the most fun playing in the sand. Most kids collect water and dump it. I don't see much playing unless an adult is facilitating. To me, playing in the sand is exfoliating, so I'm all for it. I used to hate the sand as a child. I didn't know how to properly clean it off before getting home.
I like to make castles that sent the water through tunnels into different parts of the castle to kinda dissipate the waves so it wouldn't totally fall apart. I would literally spend all day hoping to make one that would hold up when the tide rose. I was a weird kid.
Weird kid. Or destined to be an engineer.
Stuffed animals. I still sleep with a couple in my bed. Lol.
I sleep with a giant Serta sheepheck. He popped a hole 3 months ago, so I took the opportunity, pulled the stuffing out of him, and ran him through a washing machine a few times before putting new stuffing into him, all nice and clean.
Phew, I thought that was going in a totally different direction.
I am not from New Zealand.
Cupcake and chocolate chip pancakes. I don't care that I'm a 32-year-old male. That sugary mess is delicious.
I went out with coworkers for breakfast. It was an overnight trip, and ordered chocolate chip pancakes. They asked how I could eat that so early in the morning. I asked them how they could eat bran flakes so early in the morning that taste like cardboard.
I never understood that mindset. You can't eat something sweet because of a made-up concept like time. Sea monkeys.
I'm in my early 30s and want to see monkeys as a kid, but my parents wouldn't get them for me because they thought they were a scam, and the eggs wouldn't hatch. I got my first tank this past November. Now I have 2 official Sea Monkeys branded tanks, and a big 2.5-gallon DIY Bryant shrimp tank. I've spent way too much on my Sea Monkey setup. My dad absolutely adores them. He calls my Sea Monkeys his babies now. Ha ha. Sea monkeys are super fun as an adult, and I reckon it's easier for adults to keep them alive longer than kids can.
Me too. I bought my first tank when I was in rehab and they helped me get by. I'm waiting on my latest ones to hatch. They're so cool to watch. So cute your dad loves them too.
I'm in a similar boat. I've been dealing with health issues that have had me stuck in bed for 1.5 years now, and they've been a welcome distraction, especially after my sweet cat passed in May this year. Watching them swim helps somewhat to calm the stress and anxiety.
Aw, sorry about your cat.
Thank you. He was the best boy. Coloring books and all the other cool activity books like stickers or mazes or dot-to-dots, filling in notebooks like I'm doing a project for class as a 9-year-old. Take some notes but gotta have a nice drawing and some titles and bubble writing.
I have a pile of coloring and sticker books in my drawers. I'm not normally a fan of the adult ones because they're usually tedious, but my aunt found me a solution. Adult coloring books with simple images but you color and swear words. And adult puzzle books with stuff like XXX Toy Sudoku and XXX Position dot-to-dot.
Not an adult yet, but My Little Pony. The show is not only colorful and fun, it has a great message for each genuine problems it shows. Now that I'm older, I can relate each problem that occurs in each episode to the issues in today's society. Overall, it's just a really open-minded and great show for any age. Also, the design of the characters are amazing.
Got into it when I was 19 with season 2. Last episode I want to say about 26 or 7. Was a fan for years, wrote fan fiction, had some shirts, was even thinking of getting a tattoo at one point. But the last F-ing episode really just ruined it for me in a way no show has before. Still disappointed and I'm 30 now.
Children's Disney movies.
And Pixar.
People say that, but I don't really think Pixar movies are made for kids. They're kid-friendly, but usually have a lot of stuff that kids don't understand. I love Pixar.
I think Pixar is for kids, but the studio wants the parents to want to see the movie. Pixar movies are the kind you can enjoy at any age in my opinion. I find myself getting something different out of them every time I watch them as I grow older. I feel like there's a clear difference between kids' movies, like the Paw Patrol movie or Minions or something, and family movies like Pixar and Disney. Especially as of late. I mean, did you see how dark Solo got?
That's always been the way of kids' movies. Throw some shit in there that goes over the kids' heads. And put some shit in there for the kids.
Every single great show, movie, and game made for kids wants to make it entertaining and meaningful for both kids and adults. I mean, every family medium are always made by adults, and those adults put in stuff that they like knowing kids will like it too. Pixar is a pro at it as they make sure everyone from every age gets something out of their movie.
Minions, The Rise of Gru is set in 1976, so it was really cool and nostalgic for me. Good movie.
Minions, sweep.
I'm 34 years old and I am sitting in my living room, sipping wine, and annoying the shit out of my darling husband by watching episode after episode of the Scooby-Doo show. I love Scooby and the gang and I will never stop.
That and Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated are the living embodiment of awesome cartoons.
Yes, my partner bought me the box set of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? And a plush Mystery Machine print blanket. I plan on binging the DVDs while eating cereal on the couch, curled up in the blanket.
The animation and art style that the old Scooby-Doo shows had was pretty cool. I still remember watching parts of the show, like that episode with the alien at the old airport and the episode with Beauregard's mansion.
Water slides. Love that shit. In fact, maybe they are made for adults only. Screw bringing kids.
Water parks would be way better without children.
I used to love them, until I got stuck in one. I got stuck in the ring, and if someone never came down early I could have been in there for ages. Panicked the hell out of me, man. Now I can't use them. Shame, cause I used to love them.
I'm curious how you can get stuck in one. I don't really know what you mean you got stuck in the ring. That would suck though. I am sure being stuck and not knowing. We are all glad you made it out alive.
It was really weird. I just kinda lost my momentum when I hit a turn. I think my legs were in wrong. I rearranged them and shoved, but I still couldn't get my momentum back. Then someone came down and knocked me so far down with tons of momentum. I think I got way more airtime than most people. The person got told off by a lifeguard for knocking me, but I was super grateful.